I lived a pretty cookie cutter vanilla life, I would say. It was not anything extravagant. It was pretty plain. Nothing really happened out of the ordinary, but when I would play video games, I would like get lost in an adventure. I think video games is a very interesting medium because movies and TV and stuff like that, you just absorb it and ingest it. You don't really have any input, whereas in a video game, you essentially control a main character, and a lot of games, shoehorn you along a path in order to tell the story that they want to tell. But a lot of these games also include a sense of agency. So you're actually controlling or impacting the flow of the story. You can go and save the princess or go and battle this monster or do whatever, but you can also just run around and chop down leaves or bushes, and you could go explore this little hole or grotto that you found in the floor. You can do whatever you want. I was working at a restaurant, and one of the bartenders, I went over to his house and he showed me Counter-Strike, and I thought it looked really cool, but I don't have a rig. And he was like, oh yeah, I could just sell you my old rig. So he had just built a new computer, and I was like, sweet, so I took it. But yeah, I had that Frankenstein machine. It didn't even have a side. He didn't have a side panel for it. So I played with it wide open for I think 3 years. I had that thing. And I think just the novelty of the PC gaming realm, everything was really fresh and new. And yeah, at this point, I'm pretty much 95% PC gamer. It's definitely overwhelming for a new person getting into computers, period. Like if you're just starting out, I remember how overwhelming it was. It's like there are so many CPUs and so many GPUs out there, which one is right for me? But as you do more research and as you get more comfortable with things, the amount of customization that you can do is pretty phenomenal, and it helps you get exactly what you're looking for. For the most part, by and large, I do not like playing games alone, and I'd much rather play with at least one other person, if not have as many people as I can and know actively playing at the same time. And I found, I think, my first sort of community of people. I was part of a clan. I think I was like 16 at the time, and these dudes are probably mid-20s, early 30s. That's when the real social aspect of gaming came to fruition, when I had a group of people who I always played with. There was at least one person on at some point. Some people were cops, some people were in the military, some people were, IT, restaurant workers, all walks of life. We would all at some point get on throughout the night and play, and it was a pretty great experience. At 6 or whenever quitting time is at work, I would switch my monitor over to my actual rig and see who was on Discord. Discord is a voice over IP chatting service, so you can talk with friends either through text or through a headphone. I see who's on. If no one's on, I join into one of the chat rooms and just wait. A lot of times people will start dropping in once they see someone's waiting in the room. After that, what we play sort of depends on how many people we have. If we have like 3 to 4 or 5, we'll play League of Legends on Summoner's Rift. If we have something like 7 or 8 or a bunch of people on, we'll load up either Among Us, or we'll load up Jackbox games, or we ask, do you want to play? And then if they don't, then we'll see how many we actually have total. Sometimes people just want to come into the lobby and talk or chill.
What do you mind?
There's a lot of downtime getting into the game, so we'll talk about each other's days. We'll talk about things we experienced or what we're planning on doing that game, or things that annoy us, or roast each other. Standard things that friends will do. When I was first starting, I was very nervous and had a lot of anxiety about my role because I'd never played a MOBA. I'd never really played a computer game, but I would literally click on my map where I wanted to go and then just sit back. I just didn't really know where I fit. And these days it comes a lot easier just because I sort of know what my role is and know where I fit in. Especially with my group of friends that all play together all the time. I know how they play, I know what they do, I know what I can expect from them. things do get heated sometimes. You know, a lot of my friends are very competitive and want to win, and then there are other friends who just want to just play with their friends and don't really care about their rank and don't really care about the outcome of every game. Some friends get really, really frustrated and sort of blow up and need to cool off or what have you, but it does become a balancing act, and I feel like I'm a pretty good mediator and try to cool everyone off. Winning a game feels good. It depends. I would say that it feels best when it's a tight battle. When both teams are pretty evenly matched, feels really good. The long games, like 50-minute slugfests of 100-kill games, feel really good to win. Whereas 50-minute 100-kill games, when you lose, feel absolutely terrible. It feels like you've sunk a lot of time in, and you know it's not really getting you anywhere. But I feel like as I'm growing older, I don't really care about losing all that much anymore. Like, I just enjoy the game and the being social with my friends a lot more than the actual winning or losing in a game. Generally, I'll just play until like 11 p.m., 11 or 12, and then go to sleep. I normally have to take my dog out at 11, so that's when I stop. But sometimes I'll play later, and depending on the, if it's a work day, I'll generally log off at 11, but if it's not a work day, I'll log off at 12 or 1 or whenever everyone else logs off. I would stay connected with a lot of my friends via gaming. For gaming, you don't really need to be around people, especially at a casual level. You just need a computer and an internet connection, and you can essentially play with anyone around the world. So I've met some of my closest friends that I play with online I've never actually met in person. You can still be so connected with people without actually being physically present with them.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Not Just a Hobby to discover more hobbies and passions, and follow us at NJA Hobby.